So I have decided while I'm on vacation that I want to do the 100-day drawing challenge. I've seen a lot of different creators on YouTube or Instagram do like the 100-day challenge, and I thought it would be good for me to do. I mean, I know I have like 1,000 projects all going on at the same time, but I thought this would be good for me because it's been a while since I've drawn or painted. I want to build a community, but I also want to improve and like dust off my skills because it's been a while. It's been like almost 2 years since I've painted, and like drawings, it's like here and there, but I mean, I wouldn't even count that because just like they were few and far in between. But I want to improve my skills. I want to build consistency. I want to be more free with my art. I want to be more creative. I want it to feel like it's my work and not an image that I've copied or a drawing that's lifeless. You know what I mean? Like, I want my pieces, I want my artwork to be free. I want it to be me. I want it to be an essence of me. You're like, oh yeah, Brie made that. Like, I want it to feel like it's breathing. And I feel like my artwork hasn't felt like that in a long time. Sorry, I had a flash of deja vu. Like, I'm looking at this building and I'm like, didn't I see you in a dream? But yeah, and so every day for the next 100 days, I'm going to be vlogging, recording, posting. I mean, I know I have so many projects, so this is kind of like an update too. It's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna push back my podcast every 2 weeks. I mean, right now I feel like I'm a free spirit at this point. I don't even know why I make plans. I don't know why I tell y'all anything, but just stick with me. Stick with me, because it's all gonna happen the way it's supposed to happen. We just haven't gotten to the place where it's happened and we've already become successful. And I feel like I've been very stagnant with my art. I mean, or non-existent, or just completely non-existent. And I don't want that anymore. I want to do what I love. And I feel like because I was in school, I intentionally while I was in school, like I finished school, I graduated last year from my cardiac sonography program. I graduated last year, but from that point to about 3 years before that, I intentionally was like, okay, I'm not really painting, I'm not drawing, I need to focus on school. So, I mean, it was always a plan to come back to art. It's just, I feel like I'm so rusty. Like, it's a shame because I went to art middle school and high school. Art elementary school, like, I went to art school, like, good bit of my like, you know, my small years, you know what I mean, like my adolescent, my juvenile years. And like, I hate the feeling of me stop loving something that I was so passionate about. I'm still passionate about, but I feel like because my thoughts get in my way, I can't be as free as I want to be with my art. I want to not rely on references as much. I want to use references like here and there. Like, I don't want to look at it like every, like, I don't want to do that. I want to build that rhythm on my own. I want to feel my drawings. I want my drawings to be emotional and dynamic. And so, yeah, I got sketchbooks. I'm going to be doing, like, watching tutorials, and I'll link all the tutorials and the sorry, I'm waking up. I'll link all the tutorials that I got from Udemy or the ones that I got from YouTube, just because, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's artists out there that are like, yeah, I need to get more in touch with doing my own art too. So yeah, I will follow your journey because I'm having a journey of my own. Like, let's do it together. So yeah, today's day 100. It is August 24th at like 7:40 in the morning. I'm an early riser, so yeah. I'm happy that you decided that you're gonna put up with me through all of my projects and my endeavors. At this point, this YouTube should just be called Brie's Endeavors, because Brie is always doing something new, always has an idea. We're freaking Orlando, and I came up with an idea, and I was like, I need to go to Walmart. I need to get a sketchbook, because if I don't get a sketchbook and I don't write down these ideas, I'm gonna lose them. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, and I feel like God's been leaving me cookie crumbs, like, in my life. Like, I had a patient a few days ago that was like, can I offer you free advice? And I'm like, sure. Do it. Yeah, sure. Why not? And he was telling me how when you write things down, all of this, like, noise in your brain stops, because now you have an idea and you have a plan. And I mean, I knew that before, but it's like, I just felt like it was confirmation that, yes, you need to write down your ideas when you have them. Because, again, another cookie crumb, yesterday or 2 days ago, I saw a video from Tyler, the Creator, that was saying how, you know, he wishes he can go back and do the ideas that he had or he thought of. Because when the time passes, you're not going to be in the same emotions to do that same idea. And now the moment's passed, and you can't really do it because you no longer feel it. So I was like, okay, if I'm feeling a certain way, or if I write something down, I need to execute. If I say I'm going to do something, I need to execute it. So I feel like this way, if I spread out my ideas a little bit more, spread out my projects a little bit more, I'll feel more accomplished, because I am still actively working on everything. Podcast every 2 weeks. Drawing should be every day. Writing every 3-4 days. I mean, I feel like I can sit down and do a good bit of writing. So, I mean, like, it's just about how you pace it. And I feel like that was the problem before, is because it's like, okay, do this. It's like, okay, but I'm missing something. And now I know what I'm missing. My full creativity, my full rainbow effect of creativity. Like, every color in the rainbow is a project in my brain. So, yeah. That's how I've been feeling. So, also, sorry, I'm making sure. Also, I just want y'all to know, if I do this series, which I'm going to do this series, I'm trying to be consistent with this series. I want you guys to be very aware. I'm a scatterbrain. I am a scatterbrain. My thoughts are so scattered. I don't know if it's ADHD, if it's anxiety, all of the above, neurospicy, you know, whatever it may be. Like, what's that character? Okay, Dundara. If you watch Dundara, there are characters. You have Akira, or you got Okarun, Momo, you got Gigi, the girl with the pink hair. Everyone's like, oh, I'm Okarun, oh, I'm Momo. I'm Gigi. I'm Gigi in every aspect, because I'm so flippant. Like, I'm so flippant. I'm so avant-garde. I'm so out there. I'm of all weird, but like, you gotta catch my vibe, and I feel like most people do. So it's day 2 of the challenge, but also the last day of my vacation. Good. Sorry. We had to go and get breakfast because we have to check out at 12 and eat while it's still complimentary. Sorry. And then play this game that we bought while we were in town. Drink a mimosa, mix it with some orange juice from downstairs, because we've got like 2 bottles of the martini rossi. But yeah, I picked to do a challenge on a day where I was on vacation. But that's how it goes. I don't want to give this idea away just yet. This is our last day in Orlando. Heading back home, not as soon as we check out, but, you know, explore a little bit more. And then head home. Have a friend that's coming over later. I think she's still coming over later. And yeah, but so yesterday, day 1, I did manage to do a thumbnail. And I realized, because every day I'm supposed to realize something about my artwork, I realized that I wouldn't say my anatomy so much as my perspective is off. So I'm working on perspective, working around space. And last week when I decided I wanted to do the challenge this week, I realized that I needed to work on rendering my digital images. So if you follow me on Instagram, then you see the one that I dropped. That one was like, we'll consider that day zero, ground zero of us realizing like, damn, we need to refine our skills. Because if you know me for a while, you know that I've been doing art for a good bit of my life. So for me to not do it, be on a hiatus for like years and years, and then finally get back to it, of course, there's going to be something that I'm rusty on. So I'll show you guys the plan for it. I didn't mention that with my 100-day challenge of drawing every day, I was going to be working on my tarot deck. So I am working on a tarot deck that I'm trying to make cinematic. I'm trying to make it into a story. But with the tarot deck, that's like 70-something pictures, 70-something like images. So that's going to take me a while. I knew it was going to take me a while. So I was kind of like, let's do them together, because you can kill two birds with one stone kind of thing. So there's that. But the first one is, I think it's Zero, the Fool. And of course, I used myself as reference for the Fool, because I'm embarking on a journey, and it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be hard with my work schedule, life, traveling, family, friends. I just need to learn to be consistent and prioritize my time the way I need to prioritize my time, and be consistent. And yeah, sometimes consistency means that you have to put other things on the back burner, or sacrifice certain things. Like, I love sleeping. I will be in bed at 9:30. But this challenge is going to prove that, okay, well, technically you have an 11:59 deadline every day. So you can complete a project or try to do double the work the next day. Try to do. This is the time in my life where I'm like, I'm tired of not following through, always having ideas and never living through my ideas. So that's what I have so far. It was extremely hard. So this is where I'm gonna have the dog, because the Fool card has a dog, the sun, the mountain, but it's me. It's basically like an action pose of. So it is the morning of day 3. It's August 26th, and time to get back into the motion of things. Only problem that I am seeing is my husband's taking my car to work on it today. So I'm not going to be able to record in my car like I normally would, or I would think I would. Or, I mean, I have recorded my car, but yeah, so that's going to be fun. But by the time I get home and 6 o'clock rolls around, hopefully homegirl's setup is good and we can record, and I can give you a breakdown of the day and show you my thumbnails. But other than that, yeah. And I'll see you later. Sometime later. I don't know when, but you'll see me later. I have tried to record at least twice. But a little update. I was able to do a little bit of a thumbnail, more so like planning the next sketch rather than actually doing the thumbnail. But that was me attempting to do a little something while I was at work. Free time today is kind of poquito. Okay, recap. This is the Fool card. Mountain figure. Cool, right? This is the Magician. This is what I got so far of it. Of course, when I get it on my iPad and I render it, it's gonna look better. Or draw and then render it in my iPad, it'll look better. And then I'm gonna sketch up the High Priestess, which I'm excited about because the High Priestess is gonna be a very interesting character in the story. But shut up. as you can see, it is the next day, and I really didn't do that much on my piece. I worked a little bit, just like, I can't even say it was like a real thumbnail. It was more so just finding references and ideas. I will say I have noticed a little bit of an improvement as far as observation. So if I'm observing a picture, I know the basics of anatomy, I know the basics of perspective now, to the point where I feel confident enough to execute drawings. To be honest, I feel like a mixture of sketching and using Procreate on my iPad helps tremendously, instead of me relying heavily on just the iPad. Because it was funny, I was sketching, and because I got so used to doing everything on Procreate, I started double tapping on my sketchbook, and I'm over here double tapping, like, why isn't it erasing? I'm like, girl, it don't do that. It is not a piece of technology. It is a regular schmegular sketchbook before technology was created. So it was just funny how I was so reliant on it yesterday, or not yesterday, but before I started the challenge. I think today is what? So we started Sunday. Did I start Sunday? 26th, and today's the 20th. No, I started the 24th. I really cannot remember, to save my life. Let me think about it. Let me sit down and think about it. Okay, so yeah, I started Sunday, the 24th. Today is the 27th. So today is day 3. I've finished the sketches for the Fool and the Magician. So I need to do the High Priestess and the 4th card. If I have time today, you guys saw yesterday, I barely had time to scratch my ass. So we'll have to definitely see. I know for a fact I do want to get the High Priestess done today. Even with the 100-day challenge, even if I don't do it on certain days, or I'm missing, whatever, it's more so about the consistency, more so than, I don't know, I would think that it's more important for me to think about the work and how constantly have it in my mind, doing thumbnails, doing sketches, activating my brain, building the skill, more so than produce. Because that's how I fell out of love with art the first time. Or I had to take a hiatus because I was like, whatever. So I don't want to get back to that point where I feel like I'm producing and I'm craving the money more than I'm craving the creativity. So yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. So I'm gonna finish the Magician tonight, or not the Magician, I'm gonna finish the High Priestess tonight. And I also, yesterday, I thought a lot about the title of the tarot card deck and all the ideas I can go with it. I was thinking how I could, ooh, that was a big ass horsefly, oh my god. I was thinking how I could do I could do all 3 of them. I could probably render them. Since today's day 4, that's a great idea. I would hope by the end of the 100-day challenge, I do not make so many fucking excuses as to why I didn't do something. I think I'm just so comfortable with having all 7 hours of my sleep unless I'm on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube. So yeah, I need to stop making excuses, because if it was any of those 3, I would have most definitely sacrificed my sleep to do whatever the fuck social media can offer, which is not much if you're not creating yourself. That's just my honest opinion. I feel like if I'm not creating on social media, I'm more I'm consuming. I'm constantly in a consumer mindset. I'm like, ooh, what are they doing? Ooh, this is a cute idea. Ooh, that person's doing this. Ooh, this is more money I should spend on this, and this, because they have their house set up like that, and blah, 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 and this, that, and the third. And it's like, okay, you're doing a lot of watching, you're doing a lot of scrolling on the internets instead of producing, so you yourself can also be a part of the internets instead of just consume. I'm tired of consuming on social media and me not do anything for myself either, because people are thinking about themselves first. But with me, for some reason, it's so fucking hard for me to be like, you know what, I'm going to put myself first. I'm going to do what I want to do instead of doing what I think other people would want to see me do. And that's honestly when I started enjoying my time and enjoying myself more, was when I was in the state of, I'm going to do what benefits me. I'm going to do what I crave, what my heart wants, what my heart desires, instead of everything that everyone else is doing because it's a trend. Fuck the trends. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do a 100-day challenge, and it's gonna be touch and go on certain days. It's gonna be, oh, I didn't do nothing yesterday. It's a part of a journey. The 100-day challenge isn't to make 100 pieces. That's ridiculous. Like, no, the 100-day challenge, although it's possible. I'm not saying it's not. My main goal is to be consistent and get back and refine my skills. Again, I'm going to have to remind myself of that every day, so that I remember, like, okay, you need to give yourself grace. Because a lot of the time people do not give themselves grace, and then projects stop, ideas thrown out the window, you no longer like it. I'm not having that. I'm tired of giving myself too much leeway. Bitch, you need to get that shit done. Period. Okay, so I am home. I am getting settled. I took out my new, I know I didn't need to get it, but I wanted to get it. That's my problem. Let me put you over here. I'm doing my setup. As you can see, unboxing. Need to eat my snacks. Just unboxing a bunch of stuff for my desk and how I'm going to record everything. Like, I do want to actually have days where I sit down and I draw for you guys, or with you guys, and just chill. But yeah. Oh, that's what I started recording for. I completely forgot. So I wanted to say before I forgot it, one thing that I've noticed today, another thing, because I've noticed a few things, is that I am falling in love with art. And I'm recognizing that art has always been my first love. Because, I mean, I've been seeing, like, Instagram posts about, you know, how my first love wasn't a person, and I truly believe that. My first love wasn't a person. I was deeply, like, in love, passionate about making art. And again, I was in high school. I had the time to do so, but I feel like now I'm in a place where I can actually sit down and just make art and, you know, not feel like I'm in a rush to produce because I need the money, you know? So I feel like I can actually enjoy doing it. So, yeah, that was my little tangent, how I'm noticing that I'm falling more in love and I'm trusting myself. I'm just so happy. I'm happy I'm recording this series, to be honest, because I feel like it's just my video diary on how I fell back in love with art. So, a little wholesome stuff for you. So I'm gonna put up my LED lights because, again, I said it was gonna be a vibe, and obviously I'm trying to be a vibe. So I have these LED lights. I'm gonna put it up on the wall probably as I'm recording, you know, it's showing, or, you know, if I'm doing like a podcast episode, whatever. Also update on my podcast, I don't know. Don't ask me, I don't know. I'm just trying to fully understand myself, and that means sometimes I'm not, you know what, no, because I'm making an excuse. I was about to make an excuse. I'm trying to find a way for me to create and be productive without feeling like it's forced. I feel like right now it's being forceful with the podcast, but I do want to be able to talk and express myself or express ideas that I have without feeling like I'm confined. So, I mean, again, this series is it's doing it all for me. It's doing it all. I'm forcing myself to be consistent. But anyway, I need to eat this snack because I'm hungry and I just got home. I need to eat the snack and then put up these LED lights and start sketching and record it so that day 4 is actually successful. Day 3 was a mess. So, fuck that bitch. Anyway, I'll see you in a second. It's getting pretty late, and I'm doing a little thumbnail. I kind of need my phone though to do the other half of the sketch, because right now all I have the idea and concept for is the chair, but I think with one of my references I'm not really using a chair in there. I don't know, I kind of like how with the magician I'm kind of making it make it into its own character. So we have the magic, the book, all of that. I'm tired, and yeah. And hopefully I get to sketch, and I'll update you guys on that. I really do want to have moments where I sit down and I actually sketch and you guys get to see the sketching process. And we'll get there. It's only day 4, so hopefully it's better. I mean, it's 4 days. I got, what, 96 more to go, so pretty good. Okay. Alrighty, I'll see y'all later. Okay, so y'all probably see all the stuff in my back seat. I'm on my lunch break, and I did bring my sketchbook because actually, matter of fact, we have a whole 2 hours because patients kept dropping off of our schedule today. So during that time, I'm gonna get some stuff done, but I didn't want to talk to you guys without showing you proof that I am still working. Okay, last night, when I told you guys I was gonna do it, I did it. I gave myself 30 minutes and I did in 15 because it was getting late and I was like, okay, I need to sleep. Now, am I proud about it? No. I wouldn't say proud. I'm happy with how the anatomy is looking, and I was having a hard time trying to find reference for what I was trying to do. So I found my reference. I did what I did. I'm going to show you guys what I have so far for the High Priestess. I do let me show you so you know what I'm talking about. All right, so as far as the High Priestess goes, I just found some of these like meanings for it to see if it'll give me some inspiration. Of course, I have the chair, and I have like all the colors, everything. This is just for other cards in the future. Just putting down references. But this was the original sketch that I had. And I wasn't too happy with it, not because I don't like it. It's honestly for the amount of progress I've made with doing anatomy and all that. I'm actually pretty happy about it. The legs kind of got to a point where I was like getting confused on how I should have it angled. And again, for me, this was more practice, and I'm happy that I did it even though I was getting tired, because it showed that at least I'm willing to do the work for it. So the anatomy, I love it. This is a great practice on poses, or for, I guess, posture, poses, dynamic poses. I've been working on dynamic poses lately because I want my pieces to have life in them. I don't want them to just be a flat image. I want it to be like, oh, I know exactly where this person came from. So this was the idea that I wanted. After doing this, I was like, let me see if I can give myself like more of a reference. This is the overall idea. I know it looks like nothing, but this is the idea I'm going for. Bam. I did it. Again, it's not the most perfect, refined thing ever. I'm going to try to spruce it up a little bit more, because right now I feel like certain angles look kind of weird. But, and of course, I did not do the hands. I was like, no, I'm not going to do the hands right now. I'm not going to invest all my time doing hands when I need to focus on the actual anatomy and perspective. There goes me drawing on this. But I did that in a matter of maybe 15-20 minutes, and I'm pretty proud of myself. It's not bad. And this is pretty much all you're gonna get on the High Priestess card. So if this is the card here, right, the card is gonna have about like, it'll probably have a little bit more. I might give it more like more of a background, but I still need to add the columns, the J and the B column. But yeah, that's it. It is day 5. It is day 5, and I have, so the sketch I showed you yesterday, which I'll put a little something here. The sketch I showed you yesterday for the High Priestess, I looked ahead and I saw that the Empress was right after, and they kind of look the same. So I'm going to switch them around. I'm going to use the design for the High Priestess for the Empress, and then I found a design that's even better, or a reference, it's really reference. Found a reference that's even better for the Empress card. So I'm going to switch them up. I'm going to do the Empress when I get home, and I'm going to start rendering. I finally got some time. I swear, things pop up out of nowhere for any reason necessary, and just, I won't say derail me, but kind of gets me in my head, and then I forget everything that I'm trying to do. So right now we are going to sketch. Hopefully, if you made it to this part of the video, I appreciate you. We're gonna get into this sketch and refine the others. Also, I just want to let you know that I am restarting from the beginning. So this was the first sketch that you saw earlier, and I don't dislike it, but I don't fuck with it the way I want to. So we're gonna redo this. I'm getting in my head. I did write that. I've been getting in my head a lot, but I think it's because I haven't been practicing as much as I need to. I feel like I've met that barrier of an hour and a half. I think now we need to stimulate a little bit more, maybe 2 hours a day. But we have to find that time with my schedule and see what works. So we're gonna keep 1.5 hours so I can meet it for the next 2 days. If I can meet an hour and a half for the next 2 days, we'll see about, adding more time or whatever. But today might be a longer time drawing, because I do have to get them all on my iPad, and I hopefully will be able to show you guys the digital process. So yeah. It's so crazy, like this whole process of drawing this, I have felt like at some point, like I wrote down here, hesitation when trying to get detailed. Like at some point I have the shape, right? I have the shapes, I have the circle, the square, the trapezoid. I have the shapes built up, right? But at some point I get scared to go further. And I don't know why. The moment that I was like, okay, release control, release control, release control, boom. You cannot tell me that I did not eat. I don't give a fuck if you think I did or not. This is gorgeous. I am so proud of myself for absolutely letting go and allowing things to happen. Like I'm writing down like a song that I'm listening to by, K Dot. Just writing down that tarot is more simplistic and more about symbology than anything else. So I started adding the moon. I started adding the B and J stands for something. I have to look it up, but it's the pillars symbolize duality and balance, and the moon is the moon cycle. It represents fertility and the cyclical nature of things, and the veil is the mystery, the hidden truth. So I just really love how I'm just so proud of myself. I don't know why, but this is like so beautiful. And this is the fourth drawing so far. So, and then it's also a square, like, sorry, not a square, a rectangle. So I kind of made it in a rectangular way. I want to follow this detail that I have with these borders. So I think I'm going to incorporate borders in different parts of the tarot. I'm still trying to figure out what the theme is, but I'm just so proud of myself. So I had to change this to the High Priestess. The High Priestess here, because this design was more so for the Empress. So I'm about to go in and refine this one, and we'll be back. This one, I need to go back and I need to fill it in fully. Oh wait, no. This was the trial sketch. This isn't anything. This is okay. So this is the Magician. Like y'all see, like y'all, I am just so freaking proud of myself. This is so much. Like, so I'm gonna work on this one next, but I'm just so proud of myself. I really am. This week for me has been very illuminating. Um, Basically, it's showing me a lot of things that I do instinctually. Um, I'm trying to make it make sense in my head. So a lot of the days, mostly um 25th, so I think it was day 1 or day, yeah, it was day 1. I noticed a lot of hesitation. I also noticed a lot of excitement. But that day specifically, I saw a lot of affirmations, a lot of nice things, a lot of excitement. And I wrote that down in the journal. I also saw that there was a need for balance between passion and freedom with structure and control. That was this week. A lot of the days, I even noticed this earlier, like I did a lot of erasing, and nothing's wrong with erasing, but for what I want it to be more consistent. I want it to be precision. I want there to be a trust within myself. And I even wrote that down one day, is that I did not have a lot of trust for myself. Within the series, I'm also doing a tarot deck because I've always wanted to do it, but I want a project that I feel fits in very well with what I'm doing with this challenge. So I'm working on the tarot deck. I think there's about 77 cards in a tarot deck. That's the major arcana and the minor arcana. And I can also give you a video breaking down each card. We can go by the weeks that I create them. We can go however you want to do it. But basically, there's the major and the minor. The major has, I think, 22 cards. I might be wrong, but it has 22 cards. And then there's like, I think 25, or no, sorry, 55 um, of the minors. I could be wrong. I'll get you the numbers. So I've been doing that. And I noticed with the first two cards that I was very comfortable. Erasing wasn't as much. I also was already was learning with the tutorials that I found on YouTube that certain things you can do and certain things you shouldn't do as far as perspective, because perspective was something that I was working on the first day. Um, and then I realized with the perspective that I also needed to build on shapes. starting off with shapes and then working into the body. Yesterday, I did that. I did. And I noticed something. Hold on, because someone's leaving and their motorcycle is kind of loud. Anywho, so with the cards, okay, I'm trying to get back on track. You see, that's the problem. My brain starts going 20 different ways. So with the cards, um, oh yeah, so I saw, I'm understanding perspective. And I was very comfortable the first two cards, the Fool card and the Magician card. Hopefully, I'm sorry if I'm holding this really close to me. The Fool card and the Magician card. Um, those cards I was very comfortable with because they are poses that I've done before. With the Empress and the High Priestess card, it's really the High Priestess first and then the Empress. With those cards, I see that I got scared. I hesitated a lot. I would build on the body, right? I'd do my shapes first. I learned that I like contouring with the faces. So I contoured within the face and I loved it. I was excited. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I did it." But that was after trying to break out of that hesitation. I would say that hesitation lasted about 10 minutes. Of me just being like, "Okay, I'm over here trying to do more shapes within the body. I'm trying to build the body up more." And I realized I'm like, "Okay, there is more um, to this figure than just the shapes. So I'm either gonna stare at it some more, or I'm actually gonna jump in." And I jumped in. Of course, I freaked the fuck out. I really did. I was freaking out in my mind, thinking about. Um, Sorry, my neighborhood kind of loud. My people, my people rowdy. Let me stop. Also, don't notice this. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. My husband's gonna pressure wash it. Hopefully, next time we're in this area, it's better. Or, or anywho. So after I broke out of it, because at some point I was hesitating. Like I was a kid and at a pool, and your dad's like, jump in, and you're like, you're telling me to jump in that water to drown. And then I realized, like, no, you have a safety net. You have an eraser. You've been using it. Continue to use it. I mean, there's nothing else you can do but erase. It's not forever. It's not permanent. So once I got out of that hesitation, that's when I learned about the contouring and how I like contouring faces because it gave me more freedom to understand the form, especially with gesture lines. You're doing the whole face in one line. That means that you can go back, you can circle, circle, circle if you want to. And I did, but I didn't do it as much. So I was like, okay, I did a lot of gesture drawings in school. Um, but I never really figured out my interest with gestures, if that made sense. Because the way my high school was broken up, you're a printmaker, or you do painting, or you do photography, or you do sculpture. I was a printmaker. I'm probably gonna go back to doing prints again. I have my printing press. It's in the garage. It just ain't set up. Anywho, so that's what I noticed this week of me coming back to it. Again, it's been 2 years of not painting or drawing. And when I did paint, I never finished it. When I drew something, I have a lot of the drawings that I did do, but they're not a lot. Like, I think it's like two or three. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. It's about building. But then I was in college, and my degree was nothing to do with my passion. And although what I got my degree in, I am passionate about. My passion, my first love was art, and I'm coming back to it. Um, that whole story of having to sacrifice art for a short time, it was very emotional for me. Like, I all week I've been seeing how everyone's like, "Oh, my first love wasn't a person." And I'm like, I was like, "My first love wasn't a person. Who was it?" And I was like, "Art. Art. I am an artist. It's in my bones, it's in my spirit. My mom recognized it inside of me when I was a child, and she knew that nothing else was pulling my interest the way art did. I don't know. But anywho, yeah. So those were the things this week. Rendering, of course, rendering is a skill that I feel anybody has. You just have to know the technique. You just have to know what everything does. And you can, because rendering is basically just digital coloring. To me, that's what it is. So I'm rendering my sketches. I'm turning my sketches into a real life illustration. So yeah, that was this week. I'll tell you more about it as time goes on, but I'm just happy that you guys stayed around. How about you do me a big favor? Do me the hugest favor and go ahead and like, follow, subscribe, share, do all that, all of it. I am not going to stop just because a few people like this. I'm not going away. I'm here. Okay? It's about to be one hell of a fucking journey and one hell of a community, okay? We're mixing in art. We're mixing in freaking spirituality, podcasts, conversations. I would like to think I'm a vibe between the people that I know, the people that come around often. I am a vibe. I am. I'm a friend to the friends. I'm a friend to the world. I mean, me and my mom have gone through my astrology, baby. I could tell you right now, I already know. But I want you there. I do. Me more. Damn. All right, y'all. I'll see you later. Literally later. But you guys probably won't get another video until like next week. That's fine. I'll see you there.